Hey everyone, welcome to Comics with Bueller. As always, I'm Bueller. Today's episode 147 of the brand new Coffee and Comic Show. And as you can see, I'm not alone. I got my good friend Bob here with me. Bob, how you doing today?
I'm a little worse for wear. You know, I got back into work finally this week and stressed out beyond belief because supply chain is the way it is.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's the weekend and I'm digging it. And, I mean, of course, you guys are watching this on Monday. But for me, it's the weekend.
That's right.
And I'm enjoying myself. And I'm glad to be here with you, my friend.
And you're hanging out on the bus. We did some more work on the bus. And, you know, like I said, this is a work in progress. We're trying to get everything done right and looking so that the camera looks good, and the lighting looks good, and the microphone and everything. So far, we've worked out everything except for the windows behind the camera, and that's going to be covered with a wrap on the bus. So as soon as we get that done, then the glare will be gone. But we got a different stand, and I think that takes care of it. So, but you know what? The background here is all nice. Look at that Coffee and Comics, just how it used to be. Lighting, all that good stuff.
Looks amazing.
Yeah, we got blackout curtains, so the sound is better and everything's better, so everything is better.
It's much better.
So not bad at all.
Not bad at all. I came walking in here, and because of the blackout curtains, you had maybe like a little heater or something going on.
Yeah.
And it kept it nice and cozy.
It does. It keeps it a lot. You can feel the difference between the curtain and outside the curtain.
Absolutely.
So that's why he's got his regular T-shirt on.
Just a T-shirt.
He didn't have that on when he came in here. I was like, this is not that type of bus, Bob.
Right, dude.
Why do I have to keep having that conversation with you? That's what I know.
Because that's how I roll.
Yeah. Anyway, we always start with the coffee we're drinking, and you're drinking from Mocha Express. What are you drinking today?
I'm actually drinking coffee, and that coffee is a Americano with 4 shots of quad shot.
Nice.
And it was brewed with cinnamon, and has some sugar-free vanilla sweetener in it.
Loves this stuff.
I love it.
There
I'm getting close to the time of year when I let go of the cinnamon.
Yeah.
And because
what do you move on to?
After that,
mint?
No, I just
a little bit of mint.
I just let go of the cinnamon.
You got a mint in your pocket?
I do not.
I got a mint in my pocket.
Do you?
You want it?
No.
There's not a wrapper on it.
Oh, that's gross.
It's just raw.
That's gross.
You want me to give it to you?
I do not.
All right, you're not gonna.
You're gonna press the issue, aren't you?
No. That's a gag. If anyone knows what that gag's from, let me know. I'd be curious to know if anyone knows what that's from.
I don't know.
It's one of my favorite gags of all time.
It?
Oh yeah.
All right.
As you can see, I actually have my drink right here. I'm on my 5th cup of coffee right now. Mm-hmm. So Bob got me a fruit smoothie from Mocha Express with banana and strawberry. It's pretty good.
There you go.
It's not bad at all. And then I have this coffee mug that somebody sent to me. I don't know for sure who sent it to me, so I don't want to say it yet, but I reached out to confirm it and they haven't got back to me. But as you can see, it says living in a van down by the river.
I love it.
And I love it. So it's a keeper. It's only got water in it right now. It's not bad. I like it. Got water. Got my smoothie. I'll be good today. Because I got 4 other cups of coffee.
Right.
From Comics on Coffee. So
really?
I'm good to go. So
there you go.
Anyway, let's do a rundown of the show. There's a lot of stuff going on in the show today. We'll start off with our announcements and thank yous. We have a lot of cool announcements. We have a new giveaway as well. That's going to be this week. There's actually, including the one we do for the coffee, there's 4 giveaways this week. So there's a lot of free stuff going to be heading towards you guys. We'll do our first 5 brought to you by Bird City Comics. We'll have our topic brought to you by Black Box Comics. And our topic is, what's the most you've ever spent on a comic book? And do you regret it? And what was the book? So there's a lot of really great comments. There's actually a couple that did regret it. But we get to find out what's the most people have spent on a comic book or collection. And it ranges anywhere from $30 to $10,000. And we'll hit on all those. We have our final 5 brought to you by Bird City Comics. We have our Was It Good? We have a condensed version of Was It Good because none of our shops are getting comics anymore. So I don't know what's going on. So we got like 1 book, and then I'll talk about some of the books that are coming out this week and I might be looking forward to if they show up.
If they show up.
And then we'll also announce the winner of the free bag of coffee during that segment as well. We'll have our random thoughts. We're going to talk about the Boba Fett hipsters, and that should be a fun conversation. The Portland hipsters made an appearance in the Boba Fett show.
They did.
We'll talk about Eternals. I think we both watched that, and I think Bob's really happy about this new Peacemaker thing.
Oh my gosh.
He texted me at 3 o'clock in the morning and said, "This is the best thing I've ever watched in my life." I'm like, dude, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. He's like, "I know, that's why it's the best."
It is the best.
So anyway, well, I didn't watch it, so you can
So incredible.
You can just spoil it for me.
Sure.
So we'll hit on all those topics and stuff like that. All right, so let's go ahead and do some announcements and thank yous. First off, we have a couple new members for our Patreon, Scott R. and Paul O. I don't say the last names just because you might not want your last name shared. So I want to say thank you to both of them for joining our Patreon. If you want to join our Patreon, it's $3.99 a month or $4 a month, the price of one comic book a month. If you think I'm worth one comic book a month, or if you think Bob's worth one comic book a month, go ahead and join our Patreon. It's as easy as that.
As easy as that.
Keeps the lights going. And let's talk about the lights real quick. Because look at this. I got a little remote control. I can control the lights. I control the lights now.
Bueller has the power.
I have the power. And because of you, this happened. The Patreon lights.
That's awesome.
There we go. And it keeps the lights going. It keeps the wheels rolling. Keeps Bob's stomach flowing, all that good stuff. So that's gross. Why do I gotta say that? Well,
I don't know.
I'm taking that out of the contract.
Okay.
Anyway, join our Patreon if you'd like to. Thank you to last week's Super Chats. Ronnie Boy Comics gave a Super Chat last week, so thank you very much for that. It does help out. Okay, let's get to a few announcements. First things first, this Friday night, I'm hosting an auction on this channel from Dynamite Comics and Nick. And you know what? They made a little commercial, so we're just going to roll that right now so you guys can take a look at some of the books that are going to be out for the auction.
Hey, everybody, check it out. Friday, January 21st, we are going to be on Bueller with Comics with Bueller with an auction claim sale that will have virgin covers from Lucio Perillo, Rose Besh, Megan Hetrick, Jay Lee. Plus, we're going to have remarks with Deadpool signed by Fabian Nicieza, some Jay Lee original art, Thor, Elektra's Daredevil, hey Scooby-Doo, where are you? Then we're going to have Suicide Squad, check out these remarks of the symbiotes, and hey, in time for Boba Fett and its Star Wars 45th anniversary. We're also going to have some great CGC graded books, including some really nice 9.8s on the show. We are going to have some premium packages, and we're going to honor Bullseye Bob by making sure we have some really sweet Silver Age Daredevils in the show. And maybe I'll even bring the original cover to Daredevil 35 that was lost in the mail for 30 years. That is going to make such a great story. So this is just a few cool items that we'll have. You really want to check out this show Friday, January 21st, starting at 8:30 Eastern Time.
So a lot of good looking books. Bob, what do you think about the Daredevil collection
Absolutely love it. Nick, you're my man. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
But a lot of great Silver Age Daredevil there, and I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, he likes you. I don't know.
He's a good dude, man.
He likes you quite a bit. And when I didn't know they try to bring some older books. Like the first time was X-Men. Second time we did it was Fantastic Four. Now they're doing Daredevil. And a variety of all the books, but I knew you would like the Daredevil stuff. So
Nick's a fellow Daredevil fan, and I'm excited for this. It'll be pretty cool.
Yeah, it should be a good time. So join us on Friday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8:30 Eastern Time for an auction on this channel, and be prepared to get some of those books. So should be a lot of fun. Let's see. Okay, let's go ahead and go on to our giveaway. We have a new giveaway. We're actually helping out a brand new shop that has done online business. They're called Vault 35, and that's their website, vault35.com. And I have links for those down below, but they're actually opening up a physical shop.
Oh, nice.
And to celebrate them opening up a shop, they're actually doing 2 exclusives. And I have a couple of them right here. I'll show them to you. Mm-hmm. They're Vampirella, and this is Vampirella number, let's see, I have number 17 and 21. I don't know which one is which, because they are virgin copies. Mm-hmm. But there is that one, and we have 3 of them. So 3 copies of that book. And then we have another Vampirella. This is either 21 or 17. So this other Vampirella one as well. Look at that. She's happy, I guess. So there's a Bob's like, oh my god. But there's we got 3 copies of that as well. And these were all sent to us by Vault 35. Like I said, I'll put their link down below. So we got 3 copies, so we got 3 sets. So we're just going to give them away.
That's awesome.
And basically what we're going to do is just leave a comment. We're doing 2 things. We're doing one giveaway for everyone who leaves the comments, and the other two giveaways for the other two sets. I said before I want to do something for our Patreons, and those two sets will go to our Patreon. So I will pick out of our Patreons 2 random winners from that list who is a Patreon member, and they will win. And then the other set is up for anyone. Just leave a comment on the video like you do for the coffee. You can win the coffee as well. But yeah, we have all those giveaways going on. That's courtesy of Vault 35. Let me tell you a little bit more about their website, because you guys can go there and buy these books as well. Just enter the code Bueller20, you get 20% off on their whole website. That code's good one time, so you can buy these books, a bunch of other stuff on their website, whatever they want. Bueller20, save 20%. Going forward, Bueller10 will get you 10% off anything on their website anytime you want to. So those links are down below. So if you want to get these exclusive variants, like I said, we're trying to help out a new comic shop. It's not easy opening up a new comic shop. I don't make any money off this. This is just like my other stuff I've talked to you guys about in the past. This is just for us doing our part to try to help out a comic shop. They offered part of it, and I said no. I said I want to help you guys out. Seriously, doing a new comic shop is not an easy venture. So as much I can help them to succeed or get the ball rolling, that's what I want to do. So go to the website. You can use those codes. You can get these books. You can also get whatever else is on there. And it should be a lot of fun. And then next week we'll tell you who won all the sets of these different books. And look how excited Bob is. look at the lady books, Bob.
Yeah, I can see them.
Yeah, don't act like. Look at that one. Right? We'll put that one up there for you. Mm-hmm. And but yeah, so you get the set,
free stuff,
2 books, yeah, free stuff. So thank you, Vault 35, and let's make sure I got everything covered. Yeah, I got everything covered on there. So anyway, the link's down below. All sorts of good stuff. Bob's excited.
I'm excited.
Very excited. I do want to say one more thing about another exclusive that's coming out. Our friend Doyle.
Yeah.
Who, we show his artwork all the time, and actually you can see some of it right here. It's always been in the background of our shows and stuff like that. He actually has his first exclusive. Mm-hmm. It's Stray Dogs 2.
Amazing.
And you can get it on his website, doylecomicart.com. So if you want to go get that, you can. It's available to pre-purchase right now. But it's his first one, and we've been a fan of his for a very long time. Congratulations, Doyle, for having your first exclusive, man.
Way to go, man.
Stray Dogs.
That's awesome.
And then Two Brothers has everyone's got their exclusive.
Right.
The only one who doesn't have an exclusive right now is this guy. Right?
You.
Yeah. Taking my time. But all sorts of cool stuff going on. So there you go. Those are our announcements and all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and go to our, you know what? Let's do our first 5.
Our first 5.
Brought to you by Bird City Comics. And you can go first there, Bob.
Okay. Here recently, I've been picking up some books. And so these are from my recent pickups. And I was pretty cool. I got the whole set of this. We got the Stan Lee Meets set. So I got Stan Lee Meets Doctor Strange.
Stan Lee Meets?
Stan Lee Meets. And then we got Stan Lee Meets the Silver Surfer.
Stan Lee Meets?
Yeah, Stan Lee Meets. This guy, man. Stan Lee Meets the Thing.
Stan Lee Meets?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that place. And then we got Stan Lee Meets Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And then, of course, my favorite, Stan Lee Meets Doctor Doom.
There you go.
So there you go. That's my first 5.
Stan Lee Meets.
Stan Lee Meets.
On the corner of 82nd and Powell.
Oh, gosh, man. You're funny.
No, but are you 82nd and Powell? What's that?
Right. Just show your first 5.
All right. Here we go.
I think they can infer as to what it means.
All right. I went and splurged again.
Did you?
Just like last week when I had all those key books.
Oh, man.
That were totally real. None of them were fake. I did the same thing this week. I went and splurged and bought all these real books. None of these are fake or facsimiles. First one I have is Amazing Spider-Man number 252.
Wow.
The famous one with the black suit and all that good stuff. Mm-hmm. We have Tomb of Dracula number 10. The first appearance of Blade. Mm-hmm.
It's like a mint condition, man.
We have the Eternals number 1. Apparently all planets are just eggs for big Eternals. Did not know that. Then we have Flash number 123. Please help me, I'm coming. That's what it says on the book, right there. What are you doing?
What are you doing? What are you doing?
It's right there on the book.
Uh-huh.
Says it right there.
I actually have that book.
There you go. And then I have I talked about this one last week, and like I said, they put the price on there. This is Avengers number 47 or 57. These are all facsimiles, obviously, but as you can see on there, they put the 12-cent price tag on there, and then the $3.99 is on the barcode. If you look at any of the other ones, even the DC one, but I'll show you the Marvel ones, they all say $3.99 on them on the actual thing. So I don't know why they did that. Maybe they just made a mistake because
I wonder if any joker tried to sell that on eBay for like top price.
Well, here's the thing. I bet you could probably put up a stink about it and get it for 12 cents at the comic shop.
Right.
It says right there, you know. I mean, what are you talking about? So,
Yeah.
But anyway, that's my first 5 brought to you by Bird City Comics. You can go to their website, and they're called Bueller. They actually now have back issues that they're selling as well because they got a lot of collections. So I was looking on there. They got like old Avengers books, old Spider-Man and stuff, like Silver Age and stuff like that. So that code works on that stuff now as well, and they have the hats and the shirts, and the exclusives and all that stuff. So
Sweet.
there you go. First 5 brought to you by Bird City Comics. How you doing over there?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
You comfortable? The seats comfortable?
These seats are way comfortable.
Yeah,
I can
they
take
better
a nap.
be. They cost like $1,000.
I can take a nap right now. I've been up since 2 in the morning.
Oh,
Yeah,
because you called me at 3.
I just couldn't go back to sleep.
Okay, let's get to our topic brought to you by Black Box Comics. Go to their website and code Bueller10. You save 10%. And you can get Wilder, their new book coming out. I know Bob's looking forward to getting a little Wilder.
I am, man.
Because you got the Shinukage and now he wants some Wilder.
You need some Wilder
to go with it.
It has to go right alongside of it.
Yeah, Bueller10, blackboxcomics.net is what you want to put in there. So our topic, like I said, is what's the most you've ever spent on a comic? And what comic is it? And do you regret doing it? I wanted to put that in.
Yeah.
You know, because I was like, that's a good little nugget to throw on at the end of that.
For sure.
And a lot of actually more comments on this video than we've had probably in the last 3 months. And a lot of people were like, oh, I was a little worried. It's like, maybe people don't want to share.
Sure.
And I said that at the beginning of the thing. Say, hey, if you don't want to share, it's no problem. You know, I get it. But no, people wanted to share.
There was a lot of comments.
Yes, there was. So, Bob, you were up first.
All right. So
go for it.
The first one comes from Philtastic Comics and Art. He says, the most I personally spent for one comic was $950 about 15 years ago. I had recently returned to comics and my LCS had a copy of X-Men 1 on their wall. For about 2 months I would come in and look at the book every time. I finally asked the owner about it and we worked out a layout plan. Took about 4 months, but I finished...
Layaway plan.
A layaway plan. Yeah. It took about 4 months.
Remember those?
I do. But I finished the payments and still have it in my collection. Had it graded a few years ago and do not regret it one bit.
So, do you think it was the X-Men #1 back in the day or the X-Men #1 Jim Lee?
No, yeah, right.
Because if it's the Jim Lee one, dude, you got screwed.
You did. You can still find that in the dollar bin.
Yeah. So no, obviously it's the original
giant
X-Men.
size X-Men #1.
Or not giant size.
Oh,
just the original.
Yeah,
X-Men.
the original Silver Age X-Men #1.
And $950. God, what a.
I mean, how long ago?
15 years ago.
15 years ago, yeah.
Man, he's got some money in his pocket right now.
For sure.
And it's nice to hear about an investment like that. Such a great book, you know, and obviously I'd love that. Actually, I showed one last week. It's original. It wasn't fake or nothing like that.
Yeah.
But I paid like $4,000 for $4 for it or something.
Yeah,
like that.
I mean, it's great that his LCS gave him a layaway plan because not a lot of LCSs do that anymore.
There was a couple people mentioned layaway in here. I was like, oh man, I remember the good old days.
Yeah.
Kmart used to remember Kmart.
Oh yeah,
they used to have their little
that was the best
layaway special.
When it came to Christmas, man.
Yeah, do all that stuff. But what a great book! And $950. I know 15 years ago that was probably a lot of money. It still is a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. But when you think about how much that book is worth right now, that's crazy.
It's nothing.
You know, it's nothing. So congratulations there, Philtastic Comic and Art. You got a classic.
Absolutely.
All right, you got the next one as well.
Our next one comes from Christopher Krishna Rosalajeos. I think that's how it is.
Sure.
It says, the most I've ever spent on a comic was $5,500. It's Tales of Suspense #39, which is the first appearance of Iron Man, Tony Stark. CGC Signature Series signed by Stan Lee. I own all Iron Man comics from number 1 to 640 to date. Don't regret it one bit, since it's a piece of history, and I'm a huge fan of Iron Man. He brings up a good point. I mean, you can regret, laying down some money, but when you're a huge fan of something, cost is relative.
Yeah.
And so I have found in my lifetime, for most people who are huge fans of something, once they lay that money down, they really don't regret it if it's their character.
Yeah.
And so that's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I had a nice Iron Man collection, not like that. I was working on 1 to 200, and pretty much had, I don't know, 90% of it, to be honest, with most of the keys except for the Thanos one. That was a big one or whatnot. But what a great run to have, 1 through 640. I believe that's probably all of them.
As far as I know.
Yeah, but I mean, if not, then why not?
Yeah.
If he has that many, he should have the rest. To be totally honest. But to put down that type of money, $5,000, and there's more. There's people on this list that have more. That's a big number, but that's not the most. And I tried to find the one with the most, and it's coming up a little bit. But if I had the money to do it, would I do it? Probably not. That's just me. I don't know. It's we've had this conversation before, and it's like as much as I enjoy it, favorite character or whoever it is, I don't know if I could plop down that much money when I could use it for something else.
Sure.
And everyone's different, so I'm not taking away anything from anyone. Everyone, as important it might be to someone else, something else is more important to me. So it's all relative. And stuff.
Absolutely.
Like that. So, but that's awesome. I'm glad that you don't have any regrets. There's some in here that do. And it's like it's pretty funny, to be honest. Anyway, all right, you got the next one also.
Sure thing. All right, the next one comes from Anthony Shortbox. He says the most I spent was $1,500 on a low grade copy of Hulk 181. I recently picked it up from my LCS. I've been a customer there for over 15 years, so the owner was kind enough to let me do a layaway plan. Shout out to Jeff at J&J Comics in Fountain Valley.
There you go, more layaway.
Yep.
That's
and
awesome.
in modern times, I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Any grade you can get a 181, it doesn't just buy it. I mean, it doesn't matter. Get it graded if you want to, but really, if you can get a lower grade one, just buy it, and whatever you pay for, it's going to be worth it.
Yeah.
That book constantly goes up and never goes down. It spikes. A little bit here and there because apparently, when Wolverine makes his MCU appearance,
debut.
even though he's already been in 9 movies, and it's no secret,
Right.
But anyway, if everyone wants you to believe that, but in general, it's just a good book to invest in.
Absolutely.
Take away all the other noise that's around it. Just that book itself is a good book to have.
Yeah, for sure.
It always goes up in value. It's worth it. Whatever grade you can get it, just get it. And when he's in his 10th movie, that's the trigger right there.
Right. Well, I mean, and we may see a new Wolverine coming up. Who knows?
Yeah.
I think you got the next one, right?
Yeah, I do. This is from Fraggle Socks. It said the most I spent at one time was $500 on a McFarlane run of ASM 298 to 330, probably around 2005, and I all were near mint and near mint plus. At the time, I thought it was a lot of money, but I was working on my ASM run between 300 to 400. 15 years or so later, and wow, what a deal! That is a deal.
Huge deal.
Any of the McFarlane books, obviously the 300 is the big one, but any of the McFarlane books between 298 and 330 are all worth money. And the better condition, near mint 98, 96, they're worth hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
Even just the regular ones are worth that much money.
Yeah.
And like the 298's a big one, 300's the big one, 301, 299. Those are all the major ones or whatnot.
Yeah.
But even the ones past that are worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
And they're awesome looking.
They're amazing.
Yeah. And in the one 316, when Venom's on the first cover appearance, that's worth quite a bit of money as well.
Sure.
So, I mean, just a half of one of those books is worth the $500.
Oh, most definitely.
I mean, 300, high grade 300. I don't know what that sells for.
I
but it's thousands of dollars.
It is thousands, yeah.
So not a bad investment at all.
I don't know. I think somewhere around 2,000, something like that.
Yeah, I always buy those books. If I see any of the McFarlane run on Incredible Hulk or on ASM and they're at a reasonable price, I always buy them. I don't care if it's like $5 or less or whatnot. It's just the random issue. I'll just buy them.
Yeah.
I don't mind having duplicates of that stuff.
For sure.
And every now and then I find them in a dollar bin.
Well, I mean, you were collecting at the time when those came out, same as me, and I'll never forget every time you opened up one of those books. It was amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, no pun, but the splash pages and the way he drew just the action, the sensory overload.
Yeah.
I mean, his artwork was amazing.
Yeah, because the artist was doing the cover and the interior artwork.
Right.
Go figure.
It was awesome.
Yeah, and only one cover, no variants.
Only need one, right?
I haven't said that for a while. See the sunlight coming in from that side?
Yep.
That's what we're having. The van is being wrapped, and so all the windows on that side will be covered with the wrap. So when that wrap is on there, it'll block all the light from coming in right now. That's why it's so bright right now. But that's supposed to happen in a couple weeks, and it'll take care of itself. So I don't have curtains on that side. It's just kind of a waste to put curtains up when you're not be able to see it anyway. So for the time being, it might get a little bright for a few minutes because of the sunlight. But we'll take the sunlight because it's been miserable over here.
It has.
All right, I got the next one right here. This is from Mick K. He said, I spent $9,500 on X-Men #1 CGC 1.8. Regretted the purchase, but managed to sell it for $10,500. I mean, he got a little bit of money. And for the record, Mick K is in Australia.
Right.
So the money is translated a little bit differently. And the amount of books available where he's at is a fraction of what they are.
Oh my gosh.
Here. This is the guy who buys a new issue of the Avengers. It's a $3.99 cover price. He has to pay over $20 for it.
That's ridiculous.
Because that's how it translates or whatnot in Australia. Mm-hmm. But yeah, spending that much money, $9,500, he made $1,000 back,
which is good.
But he does regret purchasing it. Which is, when you dump that much money and almost $10,000, and I know people who have, and just have the book in their collection.
Right.
It's a little, the conversation with the wife gets a little touchy.
Unless it's my wife.
Yeah. Does she let you dump $10,000 on the book?
No, but I'm not dumping $10,000 on a book.
Yeah, that's smart.
I have a budget,
Yeah.
I keep to it somewhat.
But Mick K, he bought a bunch of my books. That's the guy who bought my Something to Steal on the Children lot. That was over $1,000 or whatnot for how many other books he got. And I mailed it to him in my ever tell you, I mailed it to him because it was all going to Australia. Mm-hmm. And I got the Apple MacBook Pro. And the MacBook Pro box had this thing where you open up and it kind of makes the thing come up out of the box.
Yeah.
And it's the same size as the comic books. So I wrapped up the comic books and put them in that box, so when you open it, they kind of pop out.
That's great.
But I was like, dude, these are perfect.
Uh-huh.
And so when
that's awesome.
And those are worth more than the MacBook or whatnot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, spend that. I'm glad he got his money back, and I don't know how close it was.
Mick's a good guy.
From when he bought it and sold it, but he probably wanted to do it pretty quickly and stuff like that. For
sure.
So.
Yeah.
All right, I got the next one as well. This is from Rowena Alex. Says, "Hey, B&B." That's Bob and Bueller, not bed and breakfast.
This is true.
The most I've ever spent on a book is $2,500. Like Bob, I'm a huge Daredevil fan, and it was a Daredevil #1 CGC 5.0, and I don't regret it. It was my holy grail at the time. Thanks. Keep up the great work. Okay, so this is your book. Mm-hmm. Do you have this book yet?
Not yet.
Do you have a budget for this book? Have you thought about it?
I've thought about it, but as much as I want this book,
mm-hmm.
I found a copy of The Flash 106, which I've been after for years, and I am close to making a deal on it, and it'd be kind of a layaway type deal,
mm-hmm.
and I think I'm going to be going for that one first, and but we'll see about the Daredevil #1 after that.
Yeah. So what would you? I know you want a Daredevil book.
Yes.
And you've thought about it and stuff. What would you pay for? What type of grade would you want? What would you pay for?
Well, I'm not a guy that puts out like thousands of dollars like that.
Sure.
I mean, since I've come back into collecting, the most that I've laid down for myself is a total of I think $425.
Yeah.
And it was $425, and then after I paid the finder's fee because I wanted to help the guy out, plus getting it graded and everything, total right around $475.
Sure.
So, and that was my Avengers number 58.
Yeah.
And I won't pay that much more for that, but in order for me to get a Daredevil number 1, they're, even at the lowest grade, they're over $1,000 now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've got to save up, and that's probably one of the few that I'll shell out the money for.
Yeah.
But I do have a number of books in my collection that I will end up selling so that I can pop up, because the other Grail, besides the first appearance of Gorilla Grodd, besides Daredevil number 1, the ultimate Grail, and it's the most expensive one, is Fantastic Four number 5.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I'll ever get that, but that's what I want to upgrade to, because those are my Grails.
So would you sacrifice your collection, like all the books, for just a few books?
Yes.
You would?
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely. I can't take them with me, right?
Sure. If you don't want to, I guess. That's awesome. I hope someday that you get the opportunity, and who knows, maybe one just falls in your lap.
Who knows?
It's happened.
It has happened.
So, all right, you are up for Hulking War Machine.
Yes. All right. See, Hulking War Machine says, I just recently purchased my Grail, Marvel Spotlight number 5, First Ghost Rider, for $2,100. Wasn't my easiest purchase. Never thought I'd spend that much on a comic. Splurge for my upcoming birthday.
There you go.
There you go.
I'm on the lookout for that book.
Are you?
Yeah. I'm.
Oh, that's right.
For a friend. So, if anyone knows of that book, that Marvel Spotlight 5, I want to look at, like I said, for a friend, that's looking for that book or whatnot. So, I will be hunting down that book through my travels through the United States, and who knows? Like I said, you never know. Maybe
you
one
never know.
falls in your lap. It's just sitting right there.
Right.
Because every now and then, it's just sitting right there.
Yeah.
And I always wait till it's sitting right there. That's my philosophy. Wait till it's sitting right there for like nothing.
Yeah.
And then you get it.
You get it.
So there you go. But that's a good book. Ghost Rider. I heard a rumor that Nicolas Cage is going to reprise his Ghost Rider role in the multi-madness verse.
It's the same rumor I heard about Ben Affleck reprising Daredevil as well.
Well, the world would be perfect, because those two are my favorite. They need to do a Marvel Knights with Ben Affleck, Nicolas Cage, and Wesley Snipes.
And Wesley Snipes.
Come on, you can't tell me you wouldn't go see that.
You throw Dolph Lundgren in there?
Sure. Yeah, I'd see that in a heart. You can't tell me you wouldn't see that.
I'd go see it, yeah. I see every comic book movie.
It'd be wonderful. I'll take it.
There you go.
All right, you got the next one, He Who Remains.
All right, so He Remains says, man, Bueller, the most I've ever spent would be for your collection, and I got a lot of premium books from it. I have no regrets, but I'm happy. I was in a financially good place in order to buy your comic books without it being too painful. The coffers are low for 2022, and my goal is to limit my large comic purchases and get the coffers back to levels and really cherry pick the next big book.
There you go.
Yeah.
He did buy a lot of my books. I sent, it felt like long boxes full of books to this gentleman. There's a few people like that that bought huge amounts of my books when I was selling the collection and stuff. Him and, I don't want to share their business, but yeah, it was kind of nice. I'd be like, hey, this is box 1 of 5. And they're like a large size box, the prepaid large size boxes and stuff. But yeah, he spent a lot of money. He also bought some stuff from the one of the Dynamite auctions.
Oh, cool.
And I know he got one of the McFarlane. I think he got a couple of the McFarlane autograph ones.
Nice.
For like King Spawn and Gunslinger Spawn. And I think he got both 9/8 on both of them.
Wow.
So, but yeah, it's pretty cool, man. He's got a nice collection. I know what's in his collection because he bought half of mine.
Yeah. There you go.
He's taking. It sounds like he's taking a little bit of breather this year, save up a little money.
Sure.
So watch out in 2023.
Yeah.
He's gonna go nuts.
I'd like to know what your next big book is. Leave it in the comments.
There you go. There you go. All right, you got the next one also.
All right. The next one comes from Ghastly Bat. He says, I bought a near mint copy of Batman 232, the first Ra's al Ghul, during the late 80s for $35. Sold it in the late 90s. Bought an 8.5 CGC copy several months ago for $1,200. Moral, don't ever sell your books.
Yeah. Don't ever sell your books. I just got to talk about selling my books.
Well, and that's my regret, right? It's not so much the money that I've laid down on it. It's, after I sold my collection, I was so bitter back then because I needed the money. I sold it for much less than what it was worth.
Yeah.
And it soured me because I knew from that particular point forward, if I ever started collecting again, it would take me thousands of dollars to get all those books back that that I wanted. And so that's why I stayed away from comics for so long. And so glad I came back. But, there's still books that I won't touch just because of the regret of looking at, I had this for cover price.
Sure.
And now it'd be hard for me to put down $2,200 for that book. And so yeah, I have regrets of selling my collection and, the money that I got for it. And there's some books that I'd love to have, but I probably will never touch again just because, my gosh.
See, I've sold my collection twice now.
Right.
The first time I sold it, I really didn't look back. I just kind of moved on, and a whole different stage of life hit, so it wasn't even a thought. The second time I sold it just recently, I was a little, obviously I had a goal for it and stuff, and I'm in comics as well. It's not like I stepped out of comics when I sold it. So I've had a little bit of time to think about it, and I honestly didn't mind. It didn't, my joy of comics right now, yes, I love comic books, but I don't need to have them anymore.
Right, right.
I get the opportunity to talk about them on a weekly basis, and just being able to talk to people and share my thoughts and read stories or whatnot or whatever it is. The collecting aspect doesn't. It's not like I'm necessitating anymore.
Right.
Because I still get to enjoy it a different way.
Sure.
And I find myself a little more freed up because of that. So I actually kind of like it, because you're kind of. I just enjoy. I think I enjoy them more because I don't feel the need to just have to get it or something like that.
Yeah.
And because to me I can just talk about it and that's just as good.
Sure. And I found the same thing. The difference between the way I collected before and the way I've collected now is I'm not attached to my comics. Everything in my collection, if I could sell it tomorrow, except for the ones that mean the most to me. And there's a number of books. The grails that I want would mean, are books that mean a lot to me. And books that people have given me as gifts.
Sure.
Or things that have special meaning. Those are ones that will never leave my collection. Everything else, I'm not attached to it. And there's a freedom in that I kind of dig, because it doesn't mean that, emotionally I'm going to be crushed if they all go away. And so it's much different this time around than it was, when I was collecting before.
Yeah, I look at. I think we both agree. We're not attached to the physical book anymore.
No,
but we're still attached to the book.
Yeah, and like you said, us talking.
Yes.
To me, that's the joy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Us sitting there talking in the coffee shop about comics is twice as fun as just buying my book on a Wednesday and stuff like that. Yeah. So anyway,
so that's why I tell you, we tell you guys on our videos, when you come into town, look us up, meet us for coffee, because we'll talk comics.
or I'll just come to your house.
There you go. You really just drive into town and come to your house. Yeah. Coffee's on you.
Yeah, there you go. All right, I got the next one here. This is Stoutman. Stoutman says, I spent $7.50 for a 9.2 graded New Mutants 98 first Deadpool sign by Rob Liefeld. I don't have any regrets with as much as that book goes up. Plus, it finished that run for me as well. That book tends to fluctuate quite a bit, and it always does that and stuff. But it's a good investment book. And here, let me tell you something. I like the New Mutants run. Mm-hmm. It's an even 100 books. It fits in a short box.
Sure.
So you can literally just, here's my New Mutants run in this one short box. I've had this run. Mm-hmm. There's two second printings of number 98 and the cable one. Mm-hmm. So there's just two extra, and then there's a handful of annuals. And it will all fit in one box. And you actually have a decent run that has some pretty key characters that aren't tremendously out of the range of investing in. Raw copies of 98 and the cable one, every now and then you can pick them up dirt cheap.
Yeah.
Just depending on what mood people are in that week. And you can put that set together for, less than $1,000 or something like that.
For sure.
And it's a nice set to have because there's a few more keys in there. Besides those two, there's a handful of other. Plus you have Rob Liefeld doing this thing, McFarlane helping out on some of the covers as well. Sienkiewicz, all those guys. And it's a fun run. And, Chris Claremont brought them New Mutants to the forefront or whatnot when he brought the series over, when #1 and stuff like that. So, if you're looking to put together a set, there's two that you can do that are pretty reasonable. New Mutants is one, and then Web of Spider-Man or Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Those 3 sets are pretty simple to put together. They're widely available.
Yeah.
There's some keys in each one of them. Probably more so in the New Mutants because of those two.
Sure.
But yeah, and X Factor is another one. Yes, X Factor.
I love collecting that run.
Yeah, and Alpha Flight.
Yeah.
Those are nice ones to put together. So
for sure.
there you go.
Good stuff.
All right, I got the next one as well. Evil Ernie 6T9. It's not 69, it's 6T with a letter T in the middle.
Letter T.
And then 9. Most I've ever spent on one book is $500. King Spawn #1 signed, so I don't regret it. LOL. But the most I've spent on comics was last year. I was averaging $1,200 to $1,800 a month on books. Needless to say, my LCS loved me. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you're baby. I don't know how long ago. How long ago you say it was?
Just last year.
Oh, I mean, you're basically practically paying for the rent of somebody's apartment.
Yeah, exactly.
Just in comic books.
Yeah, that's rent right there. $1,800. I went 1 month. I was going to keep track of my expenses on books. I got like 5 days into it. I said, "Nah, I can't do it. I don't want to know. I really don't." Because I was buying like 50-cent books here and there, a little pile and everything, but it was like multiple times a day and stuff. I was like, I really don't want to know this. But to know that you're spending $1,800, I'm assuming that's probably on new books, maybe some back issues as well and stuff. But that's a lot of change to go.
Yeah, it is.
So I wonder what he's doing this year, if it's changed or not.
Be interesting.
Yeah. But congrats on the King Spawn #1.
Yeah, that's a great book.
$500 signed. That's pretty cheap. There's a high grade on that. It's worth $1,000. They had a 9.6 at TFOP for, was it 600?
Really?
Yeah.
I don't doubt it.
They sold it or stolen because it looked like somebody broke into the place. So.
That's right.
Anyway, okay, I got the next one. I got the next two. Trade Paper Dad. The most I've ever spent on a comic book was $1,000 on Giant Size X-Men #1. I sent the book to CGC and had it signed by Chris Claremont. The rating came back at 4. I don't regret it at all. I'm a huge X-Men fan. It's great having a key book signed by one of the most influential X-Men contributors in Marvel history. He is the most influential person for the X-Men or whatnot. That's a book that's always eluded me. I never had it. Never had a raw copy. Never had, I've had a couple facsimiles here and there. I've never had a giant size. It's always been my last one I want to get.
Yeah.
It was the 4. There was X-Men 94, ASM 129, Hulk 181, and the giant size X-Men #1. So that's the one that's eluded me, and like I said, I just wait for it to show up.
Yeah.
Wait for it to be there someday. Because I'm not spending $1,000 on it.
Yeah.
And even though he spent $1,000 and got 4, those sell for way more than that.
Yeah, for sure.
Right now that's another book. That's another book, kind of like the 181. It just constantly goes up.
Yeah.
Constantly goes up, and it should go up.
Yeah,
it's a really cool book. It introduces a bunch of really cool characters.
Yeah,
so.
Giant Size X-Men #1, Hulk 181, and Amazing Spider-Man 129. Those are the 3 modern day grails that everybody wants to pay for, and so
yeah.
For me, I've never had it as well. I had, is it 98? That's the first appearance. 94. Whatever the first appearance in the comic book was, I had
94.
That. I had that.
That was the big one, and it switched.
It switched,
yeah,
right?
It flipped.
Way back in the day, if you had 94, you were golden.
That was the main one.
And but truth be told, I've never had the giant size #1, so it's another one that I would love to have for sure.
Well, if I find an extra one,
thank you.
I'll keep them both.
There you go. You see how he is.
Yeah. All right, this next one is from DJ1. He says, $2,200 on Amazing Spider-Man 361 signed, CGC 9.8. Yes, I regret it.
Ouch!
I'm sorry, man. I don't know what 361 is.
That's the first appearance of Carnage.
Carnage, okay. Yeah. $2,200. That book goes up and down quite a bit, too.
It does go up and down quite a bit. A 9.8 CGC. Did he have? Does it say if it's signed?
It says signed. I don't know. Probably, who was doing that? Larson?
Was it Bagley?
Bagley. Yeah, Bagley and our local guy here.
Yeah. Randy Emerlin.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, that book is one that...
he regrets it.
Yeah.
It just says, yes, I regret it. He didn't add too much more. He's like, yes, I regret it.
Yeah.
You know?
I wonder if he regrets it because it fluctuates so much in price, because it does do a pretty steep roller coaster.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you can, if you still regret it, you still have it. Hopefully you get another opportunity to maybe, sell it or something to recoup some of your monies.
For sure. I think it's a great book. It's one
or
of my
maybe he
favorites.
dropped it. Maybe he lost it. That's why he regrets it.
Ah, it's possible.
Because I lost my first appearance of Scorpion. I regret that.
Yeah, I bet.
Still never found it.
Really?
Never found it.
How long ago did you lose it?
A couple of years ago.
Ah, okay. Wow.
It's worth like $1,000.
Probably behind your bed or something.
It's not behind my bed.
Behind your
Why
bed.
would it be behind my bed?
Because I don't know what you do with your comics. I'm just kidding.
It wasn't even. Jeez. No, anyway, you got the last one.
All right.
I don't know what you do with your comics.
All right, next one comes from our good friend David Posner. He says, I've purchased a couple small collections and paid a few $100s, but generally as frugal as Bueller, as we say in my house,
Yeah.
and won't spend too much on a single issue. I paid $250 for my Ultimate Fallout 4 first print, and think that that purchase has worked out well. I believe that's the most I've paid so far. I passed up a $200 ASM number 50. What? And I'm upset about at least once a day, though.
That's the first Kingpin.
First Kingpin.
Yeah.
That's another one of the grails I'd like to get.
I was just talking to Robert Galvin last night, and I sent him a copy of ASM 101. Mm-hmm. It's the first appearance of Morbius. It's his favorite book, and he wanted it, so I said, you can have it.
Yeah.
I got it for $20
right.
at the Frankenstein.
Mm-hmm.
It's worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
But I didn't care. He, what didn't really mean anything to me. I didn't really care for the character and stuff. But
sure.
It was his main thing. I was like, dude, you can have it and stuff. But for me, I mean, you already said how much you spent for your book. You know, $20 for me to spend on one book is a lot of money.
Yeah.
And in comparison to the most I've ever spent, it's $60 is the most I've ever spent on one book. And that was pulling teeth for me to get that done. I think I bought a CGC book in when I was down in Florida, and it was $60, and it's tied for my second book. I paid $60 for it, and I just wanted to buy it because I was in Florida, I was traveling, and was having a good time and stuff like that. The most I've actually spent, as far as I had store credit, because I helped out a shop at one time, I think maybe a couple $100 on one book, but it was store credit a little bit different, The first appearance of Rhino, first appearance of Scorpion, I just talked about that I lost. First appearance of Falcon, I bought a bunch of books for really cheap and stuff. I had like $1,000 store credit, and I just bought a bunch of those keys like that and stuff.
Right.
But as far as physical cash, I can't go hardly above the $50 mark, and I don't know if I ever will, to be honest. I just it's just hard for me to just do it, and stuff. I don't know. It's just something personal. Like you said, as frugal as Bueller.
Yeah, for sure.
I always look at it as like, you know what? If I wait just another week, I'll find it for less.
Yeah.
Even though I don't. And I've been waiting for years for some books to show up, and they don't show up. But you know what? It is what it is. But to see, I have friends who have spent $10,000 on books.
Yeah.
And for their own collection, like, oh, how much was that? Oh, like $10,000. It's like, oh my God, I don't know if I could even come close to that,
Yeah.
Especially if I'm hung up over $60.
For sure.
I'm not going to get the $10,000 for a comic book. But the market's there. People buy it. People spend millions of dollars on books and stuff. And I think it's pretty cool. I get comments all the time from people that are just like the haters of comics. And I don't know why they comment in comic book things. They're like, oh, the comics are going to go away and all this stuff. And this is a downfall and everything that they're doing. The comics are going to, or the end of comics. I'm like, like, you know what? We've been hearing that for 40 years. And we're still here.
Still here.
And we're still going to be here in another 40 years.
Yeah.
And I'm like, just bring it on. Whatever. We're keeping it going. So
absolutely.
But anyway, that's a few of the people what they spent on their books.
Yeah.
So it gives you a nice variety of some higher end, around $10,000. Lower end, a couple $100.
Yeah.
Should have bought that ASM 50.
Should have bought that ASM 50.
First Kingpin.
Oh my gosh, I want that so bad.
I know. Because you like to dress up as that guy. Right?
I do.
You know, just privately.
Sometimes privately, yeah.
Do you really?
I do. I'll sit there in my chair and spin it around and have my cane sitting next to me, have a cigar,
Yeah.
and feel like I'm king of the world, baby.
In the bathroom. On the toilet bowl. That's the chair he's talking about.
I love this. I love this topic for myself. I can never see myself pulling $10,000 out of my pocket to lay down for a book. But if I was to sell comics and buy up,
Yes.
I'd do it easily.
If I had like a couple grand laying around, and if I saw a book, I was like, man, I can pay $2,000 for that book, and I can sell it that day and make another $1,000. I'd do it.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I would do it. I've told people this: if you can make your money back or a profit within a day, and if you're curious about pulling the trigger, pull the trigger. If you know you can make money within the same day of buying that book, you should buy the book. You know, and that would be the case. If I knew if I spent $100 on a book and that book's worth $500, I would buy it.
Yeah.
And then just literally just sell it the next day.
Absolutely.
So
I hear you.
I don't have a problem doing that.
Yeah.
All right, so that's our topic brought to you by Black Box Comics. We're going to go ahead and roll right on to our... we don't have to take any breaks because you're nice and comfortable in those
I
stools.
am very comfortable.
The stools we had were a little hard on the back.
Oh my gosh, we just have to take a break in between. Anyway,
Yeah.
It was harsh.
So let's do our Final Five, brought to you by Bird City Comics. We'll take these down right there. These yours or mine? Oh, these are mine. Okay, you want to go ahead and go?
Sure. Again, these are some recent pickups. I have a haul video that I'll be doing here this week, and so I'll be highlighting some of these on there. Let me put my glasses on so that I can tell you what numbers they are.
Sure.
But I got Daredevil number 101. And you know me, I love old Daredevil books. Then I got Submariner number 17. There you go. We got the Flash number 195. I got a pretty significant Flash run going now.
Yeah, careful with that copy there.
And then Fantastic Four number 78. There we go. And then
books.
the last one, Strange Tales number 148. So, yeah, some Silver Age action there. There you go, Final Five.
No more Stanley Meats?
No, I got the whole set.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
That's great.
I like it.
I bet you do. Who wouldn't like Stanley Meats?
You're so bad, man.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, these are all real. These are not facsimiles.
Okay.
This is Daredevil number 181. Look at that. That's one of your favorites right there.
That's right, Death of Elektra.
Spider-Woman number 1.
I remember when that book came out.
There you go. Ultimate Fallout number 4. First appearance of Miles Morales.
Wish I had that one.
Yeah, you can have it. Here is Thor number 229. You know why that's special?
Why is that special?
Come on, man. Do you not know, seriously?
Let me see the cover.
Okay.
I do not know.
You do not know, okay.
No.
The reason that book is special is because that advertises Wolverine's first appearance.
Ah, that's right.
That's what that is. And we talked about this book a little bit ago. Here is the New Mutants number 98.
Remember when that came out too?
At Deadpool, yeah. That's one book I actually bought on the shelf and kept it for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And had it in my collection when I went back and like a few years ago. And it was still in my collection from back when it came out on the shelf.
Nice.
And I ended up giving it away.
Oh, there you go.
I gave it away as a giveaway for we did like a 750 subscriber contest, and that was the prize.
That was like 20 years ago.
No, it was like
Just kidding.
a couple years ago.
It's been a long time since you had 750 subscribers.
It was like 2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
So, Jesus. Anyway, that's my Final Five brought to you by Bird City Comics. You go to their website and it's called Bueller. Like I said before, they got some back issues now on there, which I was just looking at them this morning. Save 10%, use the code. So get some older stuff, some newer stuff. We're going to go ahead and jump into our Was It Good segment. And this is kind of a condensed version.
Yeah.
Because we only got one book to read. And because our comic shops just aren't getting our books.
Yeah.
And it's been an ongoing problem now for a month on my end. And it's pretty fun. I know it's not their fault. But it's frustrating on our part to get there and they're out there. So
it really is.
Hopefully that gets back on track. You know, sooner than later. So
Sure.
But anyway, I got one book, and we'll go ahead and do that right now.
All right, so this book is Evil Ernie, issue number 2.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. And Bueller,
Yes.
was it good?
Yeah, I'm liking it. I was never a big Evil Ernie fan, and I guess this is not the original Evil Ernie, which is on other books. Someone had mentioned that to me on the first issue I reviewed. The artwork in here is really cool. For one, I had to get it because of the cover. Still Nirvana, Nevermind, or whatnot, you know. But the book itself is awesome. I enjoy it. The artwork is good. The story's a lot of fun. You know, it's lighthearted. There's not really too much to it. It's about this kid who's kind of possessed by this Evil Ernie character or whatnot, and he's kind of becoming kind of a stud. You know, the ladies like him and stuff like that. He's riding around, turns into Evil Ernie, kills a bunch of bikers and stuff like that. You know, not really too much to it. Just a little gore.
So it's kind of like if Lobo was to possess you.
Yeah, something like that. He's got
right.
a little button and everything. So I mean, I like it. It's a fun story, and the cover got me on issue 2. That kept me on issue 2 as well. So, you know, it's I don't get a tremendous amount of Dynamite books on my list because I'm not a huge of their main characters. You know, the ones that we all know of, the Red Sonjas, the Vampirellas. They've never really intrigued me, but I like the properties that they license, like the Army of Darkness,
Sure.
Mars Attacks, stuff like that. So I've enjoyed this one as well. So
Yeah,
not
awesome.
bad. But that's it. I mean, we don't have any other books. That's the only book that we read because Bob didn't get his, and I didn't get any books. This is actually from 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
This is not a new book. They didn't have any new books for me. So I had the Scorched, all that stuff. Nope, nothing. So,
Hopefully it'll change soon. This is the first week that my LCS has had a problem. I know Tifa's had one kind of ongoing, but I'm looking forward to getting my books this week.
yeah, and there's a lot of books coming out this week right now that are some key. Marvel has, like, I just wrote them down: She-Hulk #1, X-Liza Wolverine #1, Ben Reilly Spider-Man #1, Silver Surfer Rebirth #1. That's all Marvel stuff coming out this week that I wouldn't mind taking a look at, you know. And there's hopefully that stuff comes in, you know, along with the ones we're missing as well. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed because I was all there on Wednesday morning, all excited to get my multiple copies of the Scorch because I'm getting every cover.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I saw your post on Facebook to say, "Hey, fix this problem."
Well, like I said, the problem. It's not. The problem I'm having with my local shop right now is when this would happen before, they would let us know.
Yeah, they would let us know.
And like on like Monday or Tuesday, you get a message on Facebook saying, "Sorry guys, the books are going to be late or whatnot." As of the last month or so, I don't know if they're just busy or whatnot, but they haven't been letting us know. So we find out on Wednesday morning when we show up to the shop and we're waiting outside. They're, "Sorry, we didn't get your books."
Yeah.
It's like, okay. And after a couple times, it's like, let us know. You know, just let us know that you're not getting them in. And because they can't control the rest of it, but they can control that part of it.
Yeah.
So. Anyway, that's your Was It Good? Brought to you by Comics on Coffee. Let's go ahead and do the giveaway.
Yeah.
I forgot to write the name down, but it's DC Patrol.
DC Patrol.
DC Patrol. I'm sorry, you are the winner of the bag of coffee. So DC Patrol, do me a favor, send me an email. My email is in the description. Give me your information. I'll pass it on to Comics on Coffee. Go to their website, pick out one that you want, let me know, and then I'll have them send it to you. So congratulations to DC Patrol for winning a bag of coffee. Like I said, pick out the one you want. They got like a bunch of different ones. And then just let me know, and I'll let them know, and they'll send it to you. I don't have to ship it or nothing like that. So
there you go.
But
Awesome coffee.
Every week we give out a bag of coffee. You just have to leave a comment in the description, and you are entered to win a bag of coffee, courtesy of Comics on Coffee, official sponsor of Comics with Bueller. And they got a new blend of coffee coming out pretty soon that you guys might be interested in.
Awesome.
It's going to be all jacked up, I'll tell you that.
All jacked up.
All jacked up, man. All jacked up. So
Oh, sweet.
looking forward to that. All right, let's go to our random thoughts brought to you by our patrons, Scout Comics, whatnot, all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just talk about the hipsters.
The hipsters.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
So, spoilers, because we always talk about spoilers on this one. We're both watching the new Boba Fett.
Yep.
And we both live in Portland, or just right outside of Portland, so we're aware of the Portland hipsters. At one time, I might have been considered a Portland hipster.
Wow.
Really? Like a year of Portland. Literally got a little hat going on, stuff like that. But anyway, the Portland Hipster Vespa gang got together and decided to make an appearance on Boba Fett.
I was so, I was like, I even posted a meme, right? It's just like, hi, I'm Boba Fett, this is my gang. And you got Rainbow Bright sitting behind you. I was just laughing.
Somebody said the Power Rangers. I was like, yes.
Power Rangers is another way to put it, too. And those bikes, because they used those bikes. First of all, they looked like these things that we used to ride back in the day at the like carnival amusement parks.
Yeah.
They go up and down, and they're brightly colored, and maybe even look like bumper cars too, in a certain sense. But I mean, with the budget that they have for that particular show, there's a scene where they have a chase scene through Mos Espa.
It was horrible.
Yeah, they were chasing a speeder. The CGI on it was horrible.
Chasing a speeder. It was more like a slower. It wasn't a speeder at all.
It's a slower. And the funny thing about it is you can tell the parts where they had those things on rails because it looked like a car like on a rail coming up, and it was slow. It was so I mean, the Tusken Raiders on the speeder bikes was much cooler than these things were, and it was horrible. And the rest of the show I liked, except all that whole from getting to those people on, it was just horrible.
Yeah.
And I was like, why? Why did you do that?
It was weird. It's so weird to see a solid color. I mean, these are like bright red. You're in the desert.
Right.
Everything's kind of tattered and worn and stuff like that. And here, these bright colored, Vespas.
Right.
That are out there, scooters and stuff. I mean, they probably had Swatch watches on as well.
Swatch watches.
Anybody know that
Swatches! Well, the Max Headroom patch on there.
Exactly.
But, I mean, Star Wars is known for, having things weathered and battle damage.
Yeah.
I mean, even the X-Wings, you can see paint chips and stuff off on them. And these things look like, I don't know, man. They were metallic, bright, pristine. Inside of most.
I mean, if you saw them rolling down the road, like when they come down the road, they're all in a row with Boba Fett, and he's walking.
Right.
For some reason, he's walking the whole time.
Yeah.
He's got a jetpack, but yet they're coming down the road, and then you got two green pigs in the middle. Not really the most intimidating thing in the world.
Right. And that was my point.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be, the toughest, most badass bounty hunter in the world. And, he comes walking up and says, I am Boba Fett. This is my gang. And you look at, I would have been laughing.
Yeah.
That's why I posted the picture of J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah Jameson laughing his head off.
Now, next time when he comes walking down the street and he's riding a Rancor, that's going to be a little bit better.
That would be better. I like that part. That was cool.
So that'll be fun.
Danny Trejo.
I did like the Warrior Chewbacca guy.
Black Kirsten, I think his name is.
Yeah, whoever he is, if he becomes part of the gang,
get
him on one of those little Vespas. That'd be ridiculous.
It would be ridiculous.
Anyway, Boba Fett's still going on. I don't know how many episodes.
This is the only episode I didn't like so far.
Yeah.
Hopefully they don't go too far into this biker gang because that was just horrible.
Yeah. Oh well. I guess we'll find out next week.
We'll find out.
Eternals came out finally on demand because I know neither of us went and saw it in the movie theater.
Right.
Did you watch it?
Yes, I did.
All right.
And I'm glad that I didn't go to the theater to see it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was kind of like a gut feeling. Do I really want to see this?
Sure.
And I'll just tell you. I mean, it's as far as all of the MCU movies that have come out, I didn't think anything could surpass Thor: Dark World because to me that was the worst MCU movie. This far surpasses that. It was horrible. I don't think there's ever been an MCU movie that I couldn't wait to end. It was so hard to get there. I was falling asleep, and I was just like, oh, it's still on, and I just wanted to get to the end. And still at the end of the movie, I mean, who are the Eternals? What is the team, right? Half of one of them dies, the other one becomes a human, and of course, spoilers.
Yeah.
But it looks like they've kind of almost broken up. But then you got two more that show up. So what is the actual Eternals team? And then there was all kinds of just weird stuff that didn't make any sense inside of it. Like, you talked about it. Planet Earth is just a seed for another Eternal.
It was eggs
Right.
for Eternal. Planets are just eggs to grow an Eternal inside.
I think the thing that bothered me the most about it is the fact that nothing from the rest of the MCU was referenced. I mean, except for like they referenced Captain America, they referenced the Avengers, but you know everything about. Oh, that's right. And then Thanos. Where were you when Thanos came? But as far as the impact on the world, none of the other movies have mentioned them. I mean, I think if there was a gigantic celestial turned to stone way out in the ocean, everybody would know about it.
Yeah.
It's never been mentioned. And so I don't know. It didn't feel like a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
What'd you think of it?
I'm hoping that they just. I mean, at the end it says Eternals will return. It's kind of the line they put on the back end of the movies. I'm hoping they don't. I'm hoping that they just realize, okay, this is not where we need to go. Really, it doesn't fit. I can't see those characters messing with other characters, to be honest.
Yeah.
And so I'm hoping they don't do anything more with it. They don't need to. It didn't, like you said, didn't tie anything in from the other stuff.
Really not.
And so they could get away with just doing a one-off of it. So okay, you know, it made a little bit of money at the worldwide box office, so it made some money, but it didn't do as good as obviously the other movies and stuff because of what was going on, obviously as well. But yeah, I'm hoping that they just do a one-off and they're good. And I think a lot of people are now going to watch it that didn't see it, and I think the response is going to be very similar to what you said. And if the response is like that, hopefully they just okay, we're just gonna just gonna move on. We don't need to. It didn't back us into a corner, you know. So we don't need to really address it at all. It's because we were talking about timeline. You know, Hawkeye. He didn't say anything about a big robot showing up out of the sky or whatnot. You know, mention it or anything. So I'm hoping that they just move on.
I
put
hope
the
so, too.
efforts into something else.
Yeah.
Next thing, Power. What's that one you like? Peacemaker.
Oh, Peacemaker.
He's all excited. I didn't see it.
I didn't know if I'd like it or not. I mean, I liked him in the movie. I thought
that's the one that got that wrestler Hulk Hogan in it.
Hulk Hogan, right?
Is that Hulk Hogan?
No. It was John Cena.
Oh, John Cena. I couldn't see him.
Yeah. Oh no.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Yeah.
But you know, I enjoyed the character in the movie,
Sure.
the Suicide Squad, and you know, when they said they're going to make a full-on show with just him, I didn't know if it would, you know, if it would pan out.
Sure.
And it was actually written and directed by James Gunn.
Okay.
So, but I think it was the first two somebody said it was 3 episodes. I think I only saw 2. But I laughed so hard. I was cracking up. I think John Cena kills it as that character. And it pretty much, you know, starts up from where we left off inside of the Suicide Squad movie after he goes to the hospital. And now he's being engaged by Task Force X again, but this time not with the team, just himself, to go out, and he's got to do basically some hits.
Yeah.
And but he's got a couple of the people from the office that are helping him as well. And it was funny. I mean, it was so much better than I thought it was going to be, and I can't wait for the next episode. I thought it was great.
This is a weekly show?
I think it's gonna be weekly.
This is on HBO Max.
HBO Max,
I don't have HBO Max anymore.
It's great, dude.
That's good, man. At least you got something cute to watch.
Something this week.
It's got a little vigilante. It's got a little bird in it.
Yeah, that eagly. Yeah.
I saw the opening. Like they do like a dance thing. In the
It
opening.
goes so great, man.
Because they put a clip of that on the YouTube and stuff. I was like, what is this?
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
To see him dance like that is just funny as
I
all
made
get
it
out.
for you.
It's just funny, man.
I see you. I see you, buddy.
You see me.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, that's good, man. I'm glad that you got a little enjoyment out of it.
Yeah, it was good.
Have you ever met John Cena?
No, I have not.
He was supposed to be here, and I think he was supposed to go to Emerald City.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know if he ever did though, because I didn't go there.
Yeah.
Nobody would go with me.
Nobody?
Nobody. Nobody wants to spend time with me.
Oh,
That's all right.
I'll spend time with you, buddy.
Yeah, get off my butt. Anyway, that's our show. I think that's our show.
That was it?
Yeah.
Seems like a quick one.
It was. Let me take a look at the timer here. Yeah, man, that was a quick one.
Wow.
Hour and 10 minutes or whatnot.
You guys are going to get out of here early today.
Yeah, that's not bad. So, anyway, I'm trying to think of anything else I'm missing. Don't forget the giveaways that we talked about earlier. What was the... I got it written down here. Let me double check here. I want to make sure we get the right information. Vault 35. We have 3 giveaways, 3 sets of those Vampirella books. 2 for our Patreon members. Those are just going to be picked at random. And 1 for anyone that leaves in the comment. And then also leave a comments for the coffee, and you can win a bag of coffee as well. And who knows, maybe you can get lucky and win both.
Who knows?
It's random. I don't know. It's probably not going to happen, but you know, I think stranger things have happened.
Yeah,
and stuff. But anyway, that's about it, man. I mean, everything's, as you can see, we got the nice sign up there, and things are coming together in the van and stuff like that. And we're talking about we're going to replace the table, so the table comes out a little further, so it covers
the fatness.
Covers the fatness. This is actually what we were doing earlier. We were pulling the sides of the table across. I go, yeah, that's about better. That's about right.
The bellies are showing.
Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe we should do something else about it or whatnot. Yeah. But you're losing some weight.
I am. I'm back on my weight loss journey. I started off slow last month, and as of this week, I've lost 14 pounds so far.
There you go.
So I'm going to continue on that. You know, I'm inspired to do and take care of myself better, just in the name of our good buddy Sam.
Yeah.
Just thinking a lot about, you know, how quickly things can happen, and so I'm determined to take care of myself a bit more. And one of those things I need to do is lose some weight. So that's what I'm doing.
You know what I did last night?
What'd you do?
I joined the gym.
You did?
I did.
Dude.
Planet Fitness. Black card, man. I could go to any one of them.
I was going to say, you can do it on the road.
Any one of them and take a shower. That's really the only reason. They got Wi-Fi and they got showers.
There you go.
I'm gonna need both of those.
Oh my God.
So I joined the Black Card. It's like $22 a month, unlimited, 24/7. You can go in there and you can hang out in their VIP room and internet, and you can go take a shower.
There you go.
And you get half off drinks.
Now you know where Bueller would be at 3:00 in the morning because he's not going in there.
That's right. Treadmill. Forget that.
He's not going to go in that locker room in the normal time of day when all those other guys are in there.
Yeah, so I did that last night. Got that going. Got a new phone.
You got an iPhone.
I got a new iPhone. And the brand new one right here.
Nice. With
a brand new huge plan that will make it so I can go all over the United States and get coverage. It's unlimited. It's truly unlimited. It's a lot of money or whatnot, but I had to do it. Yeah. So, but I figured the cost for me cutting the internet here at my house, taking the money from the internet and my other phone, and I said, well, that's my budget. What the internet and the phone was together, this is my budget for this phone. Because I would get and it was actually less than what that was. So I was like, okay, let's do it. So new phone, new internet provider when it comes and stuff, and so it should be awesome.
Very cool.
So
are you gonna be doing the same? That you be using Verizon internet when you use your laptop and stuff like that on here? Or are you just gonna be like hopping on Wi-Fi as you go?
A little bit of both. Whatever I can get a better signal on. Just depends. Planet Fitness.
Planet Fitness.
Yeah, they got a lot of gigs.
Yeah, I can see it in the future. Planet Fitness is going to be another sponsor.
Thought about it. I saw the affiliate thing at the bottom. I was like, I wonder. I'd stick their little logo on the back of the bus. There's a whole other market of comic book collectors that need to use that gym.
There you go.
Trust me, I've seen you. Yeah. Anyway. Okay, we dragged this out long enough.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what? Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for the feedback on on us working on the van and stuff. You know, it really does help. You know, people will say, "Hey, try this." And like I said, this is a work in progress. The light started coming in from that side, so the color changed a little bit as we were filming. But that's going to take care of itself when we get the wrap and they're covering the windows. But this area is all done now, which is kind of nice. You know, we got the whole setup and the lights, and it looks pretty, and so it'll be really cool. And on other days, we can open the window and kind of
get the glare
going, or see what's going on outside, and maybe it's a cool picture of the Grand Canyon or something like that. So anyway, thank you, Bob.
Thank you, my friend.
It's been fun.
Oh, it's always fun.
I like your books. Don't forget that auction, the Daredevil, on Friday night.
I'll be there.
I figured you'd like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyway, that's all we got, Bob.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give it to you.
All right. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You know what to do. We'll see you next time, guys. Bye.